Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and this is going to be kind of a special little mini four-part series. It's going to be Kyosho versus US brand diecast. So Kyosho, as you know, is a import diecast. I believe they are all made in China, but I think they're mainly sold in Japan. I could be wrong, but and they're probably sold in other parts of the world too. One thing, they are not sold domestically here in the US. You will not find them in US stores. So you are forced to basically go to eBay typically for Kyosho. Now Kyosho typically puts out a lot of more European sports cars, some JDM stuff and all that, but they did release a couple of series of US cars. We're going to take a look at 4 cars from a US series of cars, and we're going to compare them to their domestic counterpart. So here we go. So this is the 3rd gen Corvette. All right. So on the base, it just says Chevrolet Corvette. It doesn't give a year, but it is a 3rd generation Corvette, and it's probably leaning more towards the 82. The body changed in about 78, so probably about 78 to 82 is probably when this was. This is probably what this is modeled after. The 3rd gen Corvette is from 68 to 82, so quite a wide range. So here's what the Kyosho looks like to start with. Paint-wise, it's not quite smooth. There is some bubbling going on in the paint. I'm not sure how that's going to stand the test of time. The wheels are correct, or prototypical, and you got little Corvette logo there. It's very nicely done. You got trim around the windows. It is missing the A pillars. They kind of put that as part of the plastic with the trim there. It has very small Corvette there. It's got lens detail in the rear for the taillights. Of course, these headlights were flip-up headlights, so they didn't have to put headlights in. Here's a quick look at the base of the car. It is riveted construction, 1/64 scale Chevrolet Corvette, used under license. And there it is. It rolls fairly well. No opening features. It does have side mirrors, and it's a pretty good-looking representation of this era of Corvette, which honestly, the 3rd gen Corvette is probably my favorite. If you don't consider brand new Corvettes that they come out with today, because they're pretty awesome. But yeah, so there is that. Just a little more zoomed in here. And there it is. So the first car we're going to compare it to is the one that's probably closest to it. So originally I was only going to compare these cars to one car, and this is the car that I picked out to compare this one to. And it's this one right here from Greenlight. This is a very excellent Greenlight. It's an earlier Greenlight. Still got the green rivet there. 1982 Chevy Corvette. So this would be the same body style basically. There's a couple of differences just in the fact that this one doesn't have the spoiler. This has got that spoiler in the back, and ground effects in the front. So it is slightly different. So it might either be just a different trim package, or it's actually a different year. I am not a Corvette expert, so I can't tell you too much on that. Wheel-wise, I don't think they're prototypical. However, they might be. I am not really sure. But this car looks very, very nice. It also has an opening hood feature, so that is great. So it's got an opening hood that shuts very nice. The paint is beautiful on it. Not a flaw on it. Country Road Series 3 is the series that it was in, and that's got a plate to match that. Little Corvette logo on the back. The taillights are painted detail, and a very good looking Corvette. This is a very nice Greenlight. The wheels are definitely wide for this car to be 1/64 scale, but size wise it matches up pretty good to this one. As far as length goes, this one looks a little bit beefier, a little bit taller, but the stance still looks pretty good. Maybe it's a little too high up, but overall I think it's a very, very nice looking car from Greenlight, and that's kind of what we're comparing this to, is this car right here. So we'll get back to that in just a second, but we're going to take a look at some more Corvettes. Now, Greenlight does also do another version of a third-gen Corvette. This would be the Greenlight year 68 to 72 tooling. This was actually in the Gas Monkey garage, I think in Hollywood. Greenlight Hollywood series. A little bit of paint flaw on the roof of the car. I don't know if the hood opens on this one. I tried to open it and I couldn't get it to open. But very, very nice car indeed. As you can see, the body style is very similar but does have some slight differences. Mainly the back window is curved. When they updated the body style, they updated that body style in 78 for their Corvette 25th anniversary. So a little fun fact for you. But this car does look very, very nice. Another very nice Greenlight Corvette. So there's that. And then Johnny Lightning actually did a bunch of different castings for the third-gen Corvette. They did a lot of them. They did a 78 to 82, an 82 tooling by itself, a 75 to 76 tooling, a 70 to 72 tooling, and a 68 to 72 tooling that had a hardtop and a convertible. And this is that one in a convertible. This one also, I believe, has an opening hood. Yep. Hood opens very easily and nice on this one. It's a good looking car. This is the only version of it I have. This is the only Johnny Lightning Corvette I have to compare it to. So I apologize, I don't have really the correct one to compare it to this Kyosho car. But it's still, I've looked at pictures of it, and it still doesn't really pale in comparison to the Greenlight version. So this Greenlight version is probably the most appropriate car to really compare to the Kyosho. So there's that. And then just to go over some more Corvettes here. Matchbox also did this generation of Corvette, and this is it right here. Looks very nice. So it doesn't have the little bubble window thing, so it's probably a pre-78. Or maybe not. I'm not really sure exactly when that window started, but it's got suspension. It's quite large compared to 1/64 scale. And I believe they probably put the scale on the bottom, do they? They used to do it on these. They didn't. They just put a number 62 Lesney Products made in England super fast model. But it's a good looking casting. And this would have been only about $1 or so back in the day. So very nice. Racing Champions also made a Corvette, a 69 Corvette. I don't have it. Jada made a 69 Corvette. I don't have that either. But either way, we're not really getting to the correct body style. And then this is the Maisto 69 Corvette. Just to show you this one. In typical Maisto fashion, it's got exaggerated features, but it does look pretty cool. We got a blown motor, painted details, separate pieces for the bumper and stuff. Looking okay. So there's that one. And then, of course, we go into Hot Wheels. Now, Hot Wheels has made lots of different versions of this generation of the third-gen Corvette. This is one of them. It is an original red line. It is not in good shape, obviously. It's missing a hood. Definitely got some issues. Copyright date 1968. Got that red line suspension. Was in purple. So this would be the custom Corvette red line. Then I think the next generation, or the next Corvette that came out in that generation, is also a very popular Hot Wheel. This is the Corvette Stingray. This one's in gold. This came atop of a trophy. Hot Wheels trophy. Little black wall there. Pretty cool. But casting looks neat. They kind of elongated the body to make it look like that. Like sleek like that. So I think that looks pretty cool. And then we got the 69 Corvette from Hot Wheels. This was from the Classics series. Another Corvette casting. So there's that. And then the 69 Copo Corvette from Hot Wheels. Alright. Not too bad. And then the Corvette Racer, which is the 69 Corvette as well. Sans hardtop. Kind of a goofy casting if you ask me, but it looks okay, I guess. There's that one. And then we got the Gas Monkey Corvette, which is also, this is a 68 Corvette. Blown motor. And this is from the Replica Entertainment series. So you got metal base, metal body, rubber tires, rubber Real Rider wheels, and full deco. So, obviously, we're going to say, in my opinion, okay, the best one here is actually probably this Greenlight. I like this Greenlight, I think, better than the Kyosho. Now, the Kyosho does look really, really nice. It's a very nice looking casting. The issues I have with it are A, the paint problems, B, this A-pillar, as in being missing. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there should definitely be metal right there. The wheels look great on this car. The stance looks good on this car. It's nice and low in comparison to this Corvette. But I think altogether as a total package, this feels a lot more solid, mainly because it has a metal body, metal base. And I don't know, to me this captures my imagination for this car a little bit more than this one does. And that's my opinion. And I think Greenlight also did an excellent job with this one too. Definitely did a good job with this one, despite the paint flaw on the top. But yeah, so you let me know what you think really the battle is between these two, because these are the two most correct comparisons to each other, really comparing apples to apples with these two. What do you think wins? You think Greenlight wins, or would you rather have the Kyosho? Now, the Kyosho is a little bit more expensive, of course, but let's just say if price was not a factor, and you could have either one of these two in your collection, which one do you think you would pick? Or which one do you think looks better? I'm going to give the edge to Greenlight on this one. As much as I love Kyosho, and I'm not a huge Greenlight collector, this does look nice, but that looks really nice too. Alright, so let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, please. And I'll start to prepare the next episode. The next episode we're probably going to do, I don't know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for part 2. But I might just release all these videos at once so that you can binge them if you want to watch all of them. But here's the first one, and thank you very much for watching.